Hello class, I'm Melda Pearson, a teacher of geography, and I'll be teaching Form 1s about the topic of soil using different visuals. Yeah, I hope guys you enjoy how I express, how I exhibit, how I exhibit my visuals. Okay, to start with our topic, I picked out the soil as my topic. So yeah, soil is my topic, and the subtopics are the soil formation, the types of soil texture, and the soil profile. Okay, before we go further, let me introduce you this video as part of my visuals. It helps you to differentiate the different types of soils. Okay, let's begin with this video.
This video is all about soil. Let's have a look at the different types of soils we get and what the importance of soil is. Soils are complex mixtures of minerals, water, air, organic matter, and countless organisms that are the decaying remains of once living things. It forms at the surface of land. It is the skin of the earth. Soil is capable of supporting plant life and is vital to life on earth. People need soil to live. The land we live on is made of soil. We build our houses on soil, and we grow plants we can eat in the soil. Animals also need soil. Goats and cows eat grass and other plants that grow in the soil. Some small animals, like rabbits and mice, insects like ants as well as worms, live in the ground. And most plants need soil to grow in. We are going to have a look at 3 different types of soils: sandy soil, clay soil, and loam soil. Sandy soil. If you rub some of this soil with your fingers, you will feel it is hard, dry, and sandy. It is easy for the wind to blow sandy soil away. If you pour water over sandy soil, the water runs through it quickly and carries away some of the sand. Plants don't grow well in this light-colored soil. Clay. Some soil feels like clay. When you wet this kind of yellowish soil, it sticks together. You can form all sorts of clay, like cups and bowls and clay animals. When it rains, clay holds the water for a long time, and the plants that are growing in it get too wet. Loam. Loam is the best soil for seeds and plants. It does not get too wet or too dry. It has enough food to keep plants growing. Loam is like a mixture of sand and clay soils, but is usually darker in color. Soils provide plants with essential minerals and nutrients. They provide air for gaseous exchange between roots and the atmosphere. Soils protect plants from erosion and other destructive physical, biological, and chemical activity.
Okay, I think that's all. Yeah. From this video, you can be able to depict the different soil types, the uses of the soil. I think you can depreciate all the soil types. So I think this video is actually a good visual to depreciate the soil types and the different importations of soil. Okay, let me go to slide. This slide tries to show the soil formation processes, and in these processes we have the volcanicity, we have the weathering and the transportation. So through volcanicity the rock is formed by the solidification of magma. Other solidification of magma is weathered to form sediments which are transported. With time they keep on weathering, forming the small particles, hence forming soils. So when I got another slide, due to these following processes, the factors actually that help into the soil formation, that help for soil form, we have the climate, the organism, the parent material. Climate, both the dry climate and the when it's dry or with too much sunshine, the rocks crack due to expansion. So that cracking is as the physical weathering processes. The organisms can also help in the weathering process. The parent rock, so a soft rock material, can easily be weathered. The topography of the area influences whether the soil movement. For instance, if the area is slanting, it's easily transported by the raining water, and the time, the more it takes, the more good soils form. Okay, when I get to another slide, it also shows that soil formation processes, but using a real video of it shows the real progress of a soil. Okay, it might have taken a long period of time for this soil to form like this. I think by using this visual of a peak, we can be able to differentiate. Okay, I go to another subtopic. My subtopic 2 is types of soils. I picked out 3 types of soil, and these include the sand soil, the clay soil, and the loam soil. Okay, so in details, I think we can look at the peaks of the loam soils. I think by merely looking at this peak as one of our visual, you can differentiate the 3 types where there is the clay, the loam, and the sand. Another visual where soil was put in the pots direct from the garden. Here we can differentiate the various types of soil, the sandy, the loamy, the clay. And this slide, it tries to show the soil types with their percentage content. For instance, the silt loam, it contains 70% of the silt, 15% of the sand, and 15% of the clay. The sand loam, it contains 65% of the loam, 65% of the sand, 15% of the clay, and 20% of the sand. When we go to the clay, it contains 70% of the clay, 15% of the loam, and 15% of the sand, and 15% of the clay. Okay, when we go to the loam, it contains 40% of the clay, 40% of the silt, and 20% of the sand. Okay, that's it. That's how we can differentiate the different soil types based on their percentage content. And so by looking at this real picture of soil that is actually mixed up with water, we can differentiate the various types of soils using this as our visual, one of our visuals. So allow me go to the third topic, which